I listened to your Lori Thronis interview the other day, and it was awesome. I mean, if there's anybody that's watching this that's a political junkie and they haven't watched it, I don't ever watch anything. I always listen to everything because I listen to podcasts or Spotify. So
what'd you like about
it? He was just really honest. He's a really honest guy, and he literally just did the right thing and got skewered for it. But yet at the same time could totally realize that he probably just didn't need to say, like, it was unfortunate timing, and I don't want to say the wrong thing because I would.
I thought it was.
I thought
what he said was totally okay. It made sense.
Yes, it did, but it's like he said, in politics, it's not about that, right? I mean,
yeah, I hate that.
You hate that. Well, I mean,
Donald Trump made it work.
Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, and you would hope that we don't come to a place where people get like. I don't want politics to become that polarized, right?
What do you mean? How?
In the sense of like, hey, you're either like, a puppet moderate on this tide, or like a ruthless, big mouth on the other. Like, you should be able to speak truth winsomely.
You can't win, yes, but you can't put ruthless beside what Lori said.
No, and Lori's not that way, and I guess that's what was beautiful. It's like, hey, he just did the right. I mean, he still got skewered for it, and that was unfortunate. Yeah. And I mean, ironically, you're seeing his entire, and it's funny. So that I think you recorded that in 2020, and like I was listening to it as like the Conservative Party in BC is rocketing up in the polls, and the BC United Party is becoming irrelevant. And I mean, I like Kevin Falcon, and I've been in a room with him listening to him in the last 2 months, but you can't. There's certain things that are just not lines that that you and I are just gonna be like, no, we're not agreeing to that, right? Or worse than that. And this, I don't know how much you follow BC politics, but like people just, when it comes to like gender stuff, like that's the line in the sand. Like, we're not going to start saying something that's false is true, right? Like, we're going to be gracious, we're going to be caring, we're going to be sensitive, we're going to be all those things, but we're not going to start saying something that's untrue is true, right? Yeah. And I think that's where, I think that's where the United Party is just trying to be like all things to all people and they're becoming nothing, right?
But isn't the BC Conservatives kind of the same too? Like someone was telling me about some of the candidates they were running and stuff like that it is kind of just one big tent again, and it's just another version of the BC United Party.
They would allow that, but they'll fully support a candidate that is very conservative, right?
Lori?
Yeah.
Would Lori be allowed to run?
Yeah, he'd be allowed to run. He'd be great. He'd be a star candidate. I don't know if they asked him or not, but...
I don't think he's running, so...
No, he's not.
When is the election here in BC?
It's coming up this fall.
What difference does that make for a BC business if it goes to BC United, BC Conservative Party versus the NDP right now? Does it actually have tangible...
Yeah, I think it does. I think that the lower level you go in politics, the more that you would see tangible results at a personal level. And I think that especially obviously the Conservative Party is very pro-business, and long before they were doing as well as they were, because I have wrestled with... Like, I was brought up in a family, and my parents are very good people, but my dad in particular always said, hey, don't split the vote. Like, don't split the vote. We were just brought up to be like, even at a federal level as a kid, I remember like there was the Christian Heritage Party, and I wasn't obviously voting age, I was just a kid, but I remember, there was a pretty big push in Chilliwack in particular, because we're in the Bible Belt, kind of like to support that. And it was like, oh no, like that's just, why would you go that route, right? And then the Reform Party came around. And so I think that even now, I think through the last 4 years of everything we've gone through, I probably would I way more just vote my conscience, even if it's, and just even some of the friends I have, some guys that I know pretty well that I really respect, they're just do the right thing, just vote, and whatever.
Yeah. It is a crappy system though. Like but it's first past the post system.
Yeah, it's a pretty good system. I like it.
I'd much rather have the American system, where it's like way more proportional to not population but geographical area. It's a better system.
It's a horrible system. I think Canada has a pretty good system.
You can get 30% of the vote in Canada and get a majority government.
You can, but at least stuff gets done. You remember our social studies classes from Socials 11?
Yeah, but really bad stuff gets done. Like, I think government should be designed to be really slow and super hard to pass laws.
Oh, yeah, it's foolish. I very much disagree. That's how it is in Europe. It's useless. These governments accomplish nothing. Or they pander to some extremist movement on one end or the other.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you agree with proportional representation then?
I mean, I should be careful to say I agree with it or don't agree with it. What I just like about... what I hate about the Canadian system is that you can just... get 30% of the vote and pass a whole bunch of
crazy laws.
And when it government, it's hard to pass laws and it's hard to like put new regulations in. Like regulations generally slow things down. I think it make it harder. It's better.
But guess what? When the tide turns and people are sick of the ridiculousness, the regulations are going out the window by the basket full too. Hopefully. It is hard.
It hasn't happened yet. Harper didn't do it.
Harper did. No, I'd give him more credit than that. I think he got rid of some red tape. And to be honest, the Liberal Party before him was the Conservative Party of today.
Yes.
So, I mean,
exactly. So it's
Paul Martin
just moving.
The whole spectrum's moving, right? I mean, I remember.
But even Harper, like all the people he pointed to the Supreme Court, they're all just liberal, hardcore.
Okay.
I don't have much faith.
You don't have much faith in politics. I can hear that.
No,
I think it's. I think it's the only place where you can make a difference. I think it's important to be engaged. I think as Christians, often we just kind of think, well, yeah, or people just in general get disillusioned, right? And because it is a grind, and because it is nasty. But I just think we're called to be engaged in those situations too, and be the salt and the light. And the easiest place to be the salt and the light is in the swamp.
That's good. That's fair. I mean, I've been into politics since I was a little kid. I mean, I did terrible in school and had a terrible childhood, but I was always reading the newspaper, cover to cover. I was always really into it, but it is just, I think it's just depressing. I think we talked about it last time too.
Are you going to run for politics?
I actually ran for the PPC when they had their last election, whatever else like that, to be a candidate, and I got approved to be a candidate, but there was 3 other guys in a riding that got approved. Okay, and so then the guy that had run the time before, I just went behind him, which is a wise decision. I should not have put my time into that at that time, and I've thought about it a bunch more over the years. But
you think it'd be good for your coaching business?
Getting into really politics?
Bad? Yeah.
Probably worse, I'm guessing. Okay. I mean, I don't know what difference it would really make, but... Yeah. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.